Welcome to my channel. My name is Eve. This is Everyday Artist. Welcome. And this is Rogue. Say hi, Rogue. Say hi. Say hi. She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. That's just an object. You behave. So today is September 15th. And ordinarily today I would be doing a new start and film later. I like to do my new starts on the 1st and the 15th. But today may or may not be a busy day. I have two finishes, an FFO, another finish / FFO, but I may want to unfinish it and fix some stuff. So we'll see. I've crochet and cross stitch, so yeah. So on the good news front, we sold our house. On the bad news front, we might be moving an hour east, which is still Phoenix Metro, but I've lived here in this Phoenix area for the last 8 years. And I was briefly in Chandler, but then I moved. I had come from Ahwatukee again, so for another 4 years. So I've lived here a while in this area, and the place where I lived in Chandler wasn't that far away. The Phoenix Metro is made up of several different smaller cities, and the place where this house is that my son is interested in is you go through Tempe, then you go through Chandler, then you go through Queen Creek, and then it's Santan. And like I said, it's about an hour. And that's driving on the freeway most of the way. Everything I do is here, and I know it's going to be a nice house. It looks like a perfect house for us. I just wish there was a perfect house for us closer. But nothing's written in stone yet. He hasn't finalized the paperwork, I don't think. So, yeah. Anyway. Let's get started talking about what I have for you today. I don't want to knock the dog off. So, I finished the Biscornu. This is Tinymodernist Phoenix Biscornu, and I chose finally some flower buttons. I was really happy with the way the color meshed, and it's touching but not overlapping any of the Phoenix. The color actually, I bought some orange buttons. I was like, they look like the orange flowers here. I think it was my sister that suggested flowers because of the orange flowers. Or maybe this color flower. I couldn't find any buttons this color. I like teal. Anyway, it was a mix, and it had the orange, but the orange was it was lighter and more sherbety. So I said, let me try that red button, and it was great. And the yellow button on the back. I did this button crisscross and this button this way. It was just the way I was sewing it, and I was like, I'll just keep it that way. So I'm real happy with the way it came out. Not so happy with this FFO. I finished the Baby Alien. We all know it's Baby Yoda. I'm not happy with it. In the first place, she said, you don't have to crochet eyes. You can use safety eyes. And I said, oh, I have safety eyes. I'll use safety eyes. In the first place, I got them slightly crooked, which is kind of annoying to me because I thought I had them right. In the second place, I forgot about these. And so it won't lay flat. And that bothers me. And then I thought I was putting the ears on evenly side to side, and they're not. So I'm kind of like, do I take the ear off and sew it back on? I'm thinking I'm going to leave it like this, but except for maybe the eyes. I might have to take those out and crochet some eyes to put on there. But opinions, I'd value them before I take anything apart. The ears are only slightly off. This one is 2 stitches up and this one is 3. But it's enough to bother me. But, handmade items are not perfect. Anyway, I have to think about that. My finishes, I finished Hands-On Design Blueberry. It'll look like that when it's done, kind of, sort of. And here it is. So, with Joann's closed, I guess I'm going to get from Etsy. There's a shop I've gotten felt before. I'll get some felt for this. This has just 3 little blue pins, but I don't know that I need the pins. But I love it. You can kind of sort of see the light flowers on screen. Excuse me. But they show up in person. Not as much as this. They don't show up as much as this, but I didn't use this fabric, so. There's that finish. And I have the strawberry done. They're strawberries. It's a strawberry. I have the strawberry done. And on my Whip Go this year, I'll be starting the blueberry, so. The other new finish I have is this one. Tinymodernist. Winter Deer. Isn't he adorable? Now, I did not do it with lots of extra space. I never do. And on this one, I'm kind of wishing I did so that I could finish it kind of like that. But I have confidence that I will finish it in a way that I'm happy with. So I like FFOing. The new start I'm going to do today, probably immediately after finishing this, is Cobblestone Castle by Stitch Toolbox. This is a 2020 pattern. This was gifted to me by one of my viewers. Thank you very much. You know who you are. And it's taken me a minute to get to starting it, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to start down here. I may or may not get more than just one pumpkin done, but I'm going to try. And I'm going to be doing the same fabric. This is Indora by Needle and Flax. 32 count. So I haven't cut the fabric yet, but I will. And that's the same fabric that I started Tabby's Halloween on earlier this month. did some more work on Dog Days, free pattern by Silver Creek Samplers. I'm not sure I'm going to put the words in. I have space. I mean, I know it looks tight, but I have space. But I'm not sure. I kind of like it with just the dog. Big sigh. So when I started this last year, and this is Candy Swirls by I don't know who. Sorry, I didn't think of giving you the name, the pattern designer. It's by Julie Bortelli. Ordinarily, I have no problem stitching with satin. You just need to be concentrating. DMC satin. So I was working on this yesterday for about an hour and a half. I am no further along than I was because I took out everything I did. Notice the two different colors here? I have no idea why it looks different. And so when I went to put it back in, put in the new color, I know, well, I don't know, I'm 99.9% sure that I stitched it with one thread. And that might be why it's thinner here. Maybe there was a difference in the thread that made it thinner. I don't know. But I stitched it with one thread and it didn't look right. So I stitched it again with two. I thought maybe I used two. No, definitely not. And you cannot frog satin without ruining it. The DMC satin, you can't. And the entire thing is DMC satin. The white, the colors. And I'm more than halfway done. There's a half of a so I'm working on this one. It's the only whole one. No. Yeah. And yeah, I know that looks red, but it was the color that was called for. This one here, they no longer make that color or something because I could never find it. So I got a different color satin for that. But, and then there's supposed to be Krynic here, and then you're supposed to go around it with Krynic. I was getting so frustrated that I'm considering UFOing this. But I may just put it away for another year and work on something else. I don't know. I'm going to try it one more time. And if I'm still frustrated, I may just decide that this isn't working. I was thinking maybe I could use a silk for it, but I really don't want to. And the reason she has these shiny threads is to make it look more like candy. You know, that particular kind of candy is very shiny. So, I don't know. I'm very frustrated with it. And I'm doing it on 14 count fabric, so it's a lot bigger than what that little pattern is. And I have no problem using Krynic, but I think I'm going to use Accentuate instead. Something happened with my voice. I don't know what. Now, it is cooling off. We are on September. I got to get busy and do seaweed down so I can be working on the seafloor while I do October, November, and December. Because we are halfway through September already. How did that happen? I don't know. It's cooling off. We're going out of the reds into the pinks. You even have an orange day. Now, I know oranges and dark reds are what most people use for hot, and I use like mauves. But, and I designed the pattern. It's my design for our Etsy shop. Excuse me. But it's been really temperate. It's expected to be between 100 and 105 today, which, sounds hot, but compared to 115, not so much. It's hot if you stand outside in the sun, but otherwise, you're pretty much okay. I've been enjoying working on patchwork quilt. No, patchwork pumpkin. I've done this one, and my plaid does not look like that one. But that's okay. And now I'm on this one. Oops. Drop the yarn. This has a right side now. And it said the ridge side is the right side, so I think they mean this side. This is the first one. Moss stitch, lemon peel stitch, plaid stitch. There's an error in there. I'm not going to show you where it is. And then I'm working on this one. And then there's 3 or 4 more. So when you look at this, it looks like it's going to be a tiny little pumpkin. But this is one side, so it'll be folded like this, so not so tiny. I'm enjoying it, and this is for me. So a lot of the stuff I do is for someone else with crochet, but this one's for me. And then African Flowers Reindeer. This is by Crochetify. I had shown you these that I've been doing. I undid the last 2 rows on all of them and redid them because when I was working on one, I went, wait a minute. I fixed, so now they look, you see sharper corners. They look more uniform in size. Oh, dropped another one. So this week I've just been fixing the previous ones and finishing off the one I had been working on. I started another one, but that's okay. So I need 11 of these. And then I work on the legs, and then on the legs are a different shape. And then I work on the ones that are just flowers. Although that looks different, doesn't it? Anyway. Now work on the ears. Isn't he cute? I think he's adorable. Lastly, oh, forgot about my blanket. I showed you snowflakes last week. Let's see if I can show from the beginning. No, not really. Here's the beginning. These are supposed to look like Christmas trees and then like stars. And then this is supposed to look like candy canes and gift wrapping, Christmas lights, cranberries, candles, wrapping paper, snowflakes, and now pine needles. Now, if I had started with the right two green colors, that might actually look more like pine needles. But I'm okay. It'll be all right. They have, on that same group, they have, I have to start rolling it up really tight or it doesn't fit in the bag that I have these in. They have a summer blanket that I love. But I think I'm probably going to want to hop on whatever they're doing when they're doing it. Next time we'll see what their plan is. I don't know. I'm enjoying working on that blanket. I'm not doing it in a day, day such and such. It's taking me longer than a day. This feather stitch that I showed you took me 3 days to get one color across because it's a lot of yarn, a lot of stitching. Lastly, I have a little bit of crochet haul. My son liked this. This is by Crazy Stitch. My son liked this. I loved the Beatles when I was young. I just loved them. I like this one. So I think he would like that one if I did that one. These are the same, Crazy Stitch. Which one do I start for him? This one, which looks a lot easier, or this one? I love it. I love it. Anyway, maybe I'll ask him. He knows there's no Santa Claus, so I'm not going to be finished with this by Christmas anyway, either one. So I was reading about this one. She said, it's an easy stitch. You can easily finish it in an evening. I'm like, no, it's 170 by 105. No, I can't. This one that's just tight might finish easier, but I don't know. One of these, I don't understand it. 2 of them. Okay, 3 of them. But my son liked them. So he's more geeky than I am. It's my fault, really. And he's not as into Beatles as I am, so I think that's why the droid one, he didn't find it as amusing as I did. That is all I have for today. And thank you for visiting with me. I probably am going to take the month of September and do some destash. I have a lot of patterns that I've finished over time and pass them on to somebody. I might do that in early October, I'm not sure, because I have to pay for postage. So that'll be, maybe I'll start it next week. I don't see any point in carrying all those patterns from point A to point B if I can send them on to somebody else who'd love them and want to stitch them. So, yeah. That is all I have for you. And I will see you again next week. And I may do, few one day and few the next time and a few the next time. So, yeah. I'm like, I might as well give them away. They're paper patterns, not PDF patterns. I don't give away PDF patterns because it's not in my digital stuff, so I'm just going to leave it there. So anyway, thanks for listening, and I will see you again in a week.